I swear I meant to do a casual eye look. This is not what I sat down to do, but it's what happens sometimes. Oof. I do like some sparkle and shine. I do. I can't help it. Ugh. So I'm just going to sit here and stare at my eyelids for a minute. Don't mind me. Hi friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome to my channel, J Scott Beauty. Today we're doing my 2020 favorites makeup. Now, as you can tell, I may have gone a little haywire with my makeup. I honestly just sat down today to do basic makeup. I didn't even do my hair. Like, I washed it, I let it air dry. I didn't do anything to it. Like, I'm feeling basic today. But I picked up a palette and I lost all control. And now I got glitter on my eyes. It happens, right? Does it happen to you? Sure it does, right? Please? So here I am coming at you with like hot glitter eyes and 80s hair. Yeah, I'm feeling super basic. So I don't know. Are you sitting home right now rocking a glitter eye? I mean, maybe you should. Or maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, let's get past the disco balls that are sitting on my eyelids and talk about my favorite makeup of 2020. Now, I'm sure as many of you already have guessed, you know all of my favorites because I use them all the time. But because I use them all the time, they deserve to be highlighted, mentioned, applauded, and given awards too in my 2020 favorite makeup. So let's get to it. Like I said, none of this is going to come as a surprise to you, but who cares? Let's go through it anyway. So first up for concealer, you guessed it, it's my Dior Skin Correct. I love this so much. For years, well, I've used lots of different concealers. The first one that I really loved was the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I used that for several years. And after that, I bounced around to lots of different ones. I used Tarte Shape Tape for a couple years, and there were, some other hits and misses in between. But this Dior Skin right here has been my favorite go-to. Not only is it like a large size, I've had this all year. Now, granted, I didn't wear makeup for the middle part of the year, but it actually does have more product in it than most concealers do. So there's a value right there. I find that it does a great job covering up any darkness that I have. Now, it's not 100% like cover up everything, but I don't mind that. I mean, my skin is what my skin is. I don't need to completely cancel out everything. I'm okay if a little bit shows through. And for me, this is just the perfect concealer. And from Tarte, I have the Timeless Smoothing Primer. Now, I don't mention this a lot when I'm using it, but I do use it. And what's nice about it is you need a very little amount. Like, that's all I do. I take that much, I rub my fingers together, warm it up, and then I press it into my pores wherever I have like enlarged pores. So for me, it's down my nose and around this area here. And that little amount that I just used is all I need, because actually if you use too much of a product like this, it'll actually make your foundation kind of pill up and not work nicely. So you just press it in and literally do nothing for a minute. Just let it dry down. And once I figured out how to use this product, I fell in love with it. I love that I need to use a very little bit of it. It works so well at filling in any sort of pores or lines. Now, I'm not fooling myself. I'm not gonna look like I'm 13 years old again, but any sort of speckle, prime, paint I can do to hoist up this old gal, I'm gonna use it. And for me, the Tarte Timeless is now a staple. So for this year, I didn't find a new foundation that just blew my skirt up. I mean, for me, it is just the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I've been using that for probably 2 years now. I love it. It's expensive, so I hate that about it, but I keep using it. I keep trying others. I have found a couple that I like, but nothing that I love that's a 2020 favorite. So sorry, 2020, no favorite foundation that's new. Oh, and I should mention, every product that I'm telling you about, not necessarily is it new, like a new launch in 2020, but it's everything that was new to me in 2020. So just so we're all on the same page. So for bronzer, I probably don't even have to tell you. You can probably guess. You're probably saying it right now. Chanel Tan de Soleil. Yep, you know it. I love it. It's almost gone. It's a holy grail. I'm gonna get another one. This stuff is the bomb. If you're afraid of any sort of cream products, this is the one to not be afraid of. I hemmed and hawed on this literally for over a year because I was like, ugh, I don't like cream products. It's so expensive. It's just a bronzer. Turns out it's the opposite of everything, except it is expensive. It's an easy cream to work with. You can actually use it on top of powders. The color payoff is buildable, it's light, but it blends in so nicely that you can use it on bare skin. So in the summer, when you just want to glow up a little bit, it's so perfect for that. I love, love, love this. And then my most recent bronzer purchased, well, you guessed it, it's the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my God. So I have the Airbrush bronzer in the shade 2. It's perfect for my skin. It's light. I actually use it sometimes by itself, or I'll use it to set the Chanel Cream Bronzer. It works great both ways. It's beautiful. It's actually a nice size pan. So the compact itself is actually refillable. So when I finish this pan, I can pop it out and order a new pan to go in there. That way I'm not having any consumer waste. I can just reuse my same compact and we're good to go. So yeah, Charlotte Tilbury, she's the best of. So if you've been with me for a while, you know the worst part of my makeup, the bane of my existence, the thing I hate the most are my eyebrows. It's just not my skill set. No matter how hard I try, they are never perfect. But I recently found in a drugstore haul a brow pencil that works for me, and it is this Joa Brow Down to Me. Oh my gosh. I think one of the reasons why I like it so much is it's a good color match for me. So when I'm able to go in with a light hand, which is probably 30% of the time, it actually looks so, my brows look so light and natural, and they're filled in, and I just love it. Well, today, it's not a good brow day. I'm sorry about that, but I still love this pencil. As a matter of fact, maybe I should just fix a little bit more before I go on. There, maybe that's a little better, at least tolerable. So for me, the Joa Brow Down to Me has been a godsend, and I'm going to keep on buying it. I love, love, love this product. I'm sure it comes as no surprise to you that I have a decent number of eyeshadow palettes. However, I've been going back to 2 pretty much non-stop since I received them. So I'm sure you've guessed it. It's my Toddy palette and my Makeup by Mario, the Mattes palette. Now, the Toddy palette, maybe you're going to give me a little pushback on this because it was released the end of October last year. I got it in November, so technically it should have been in November's best ofs, but since I didn't start this channel till this year, it's going in this year's best ofs. As you may have guessed, on my eyes today is mainly this row here. Yeah, I just thought I would go in with a little bit of this shade. And then I was like, oh, maybe some of, and then some of, so yeah. So this is the row where it all went off the rails today. So I've extolled the virtue of this palette to you guys over and over and over again. And you may not think it's a basic palette. It is a basic palette. It's also a glamorous palette. It's an everyday palette. It's an out with your boyfriend palette. It is every palette you want it to be. If you don't have it, you can still get it. It's on the Toddy Beauty website. It's the only palette she has. I wish there were more. Maybe someday there will be. But in the meantime, this is an enormous value because the payoff is great. The longevity of the products in my eyes is great. I just love everything about it. And here again, it's one of those, depending on the brush you use, the blend you use, depends on like how deep saturated the color payoff is. This is such an amazing palette. Hair flip for second eye palette. The Makeup by Mario, the Master Mattes palette. Well, we've been over it and over it and over it, and I love it. So today I did do this in my transition. This was the first color on my lids. I love everything about this whole palette. And I know you may be like, looks kind of boring, looks kind of drab. It's not boring. I was surprised at how many looks I can get out of this. And I have barely scratched the surface. I'm going to use this forever, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying another one at some point. It's such an amazing palette. I got so transfixed in my own eyes, I didn't finish on brows. Get with it. So for me, my brow setter has been the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow product. I have the clear gel. I like this very much. I will say though, the one difficulty I have with it, my brows were good when I put my Joa on earlier, and then I went in with this for, to set everything. And I think this tends to take away a little bit of the product. So I did have to go back in, as you saw, and put more of the Joa on, which is fine. It's just when I forget to do that is a pain in the butt. But this really holds my brows. I mean, they are in place until I wash off my makeup at the end of the night. I don't find a lot of brow setters are. For me, I've been through probably 5 or 6 different brands of brow setter, and so far, this one's my favorite. You just got to remember to maybe add a little more brow pencil after it sets. So this next one was a very new purchase, but I have loved everything about it since the day I got it. It is the Kat Von D Everlasting Blush. I got it in the shade Peony. Did you see when I first put this on and I kept putting it on and on and on because I couldn't stop myself? That's how I feel about it. So today I literally went in with a very light hand and then I powdered over it because I needed a slightly more neutral cheek because maybe another part of me was a little more extra. So the cheeks couldn't be extra today, but I love this color. I love the actual finish. It's matte, but it's kind of a creamy looking matte. It doesn't look dry or dull at all. I do think it does a good job at lasting. Everlast? No, I didn't find the wear time to be any more than most blushes, but I just love the color and I love the finish. So this is definitely my favorite high-end blush. I will give it that little caveat because if you saw my dedicated video to Essence, holy crap, this Mosaic blush, which one do I have here? This is in the shade The Berry Connection. I freaking love this. Beautiful color, lasts a long time. I like these Mosaic types because I think you just get a really pretty, color out of mixing all these different shades together. I love, love, love this. I think this was like around $4.50 when I got it at Ulta. Plus it was like a buy one, get one 50% off. So this was a beyond an amazing deal because the product is really, really great. So for me, 2020 got me two favorite new blushes. And then also from Essence is this Shine, Shine, Shine Clear Gloss. This blew me away. So you're like, clear gloss, whatever. Well, you can wear it just on your lips to, pump up and shine your natural lip color. You can wear it over top of lipstick. But either way, it has like this wonderful finish where you don't get that sticky, gummy feel, but you do have this intense shine. It's a great product. It's super cheap. I think here again, it was like around $4. So worth it. Now you can tell I've used it a bunch because my lip colors are kind of, changing the clear color in here, but I don't care. I love it. I'm going to keep using it. And then of course for my highlighter, you guessed it, Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronze and Glow. So the bronze is nice, but the glow, I am all about the glow from this palette. Now I have the mini palette. It was only $29. Totally worth it. I have the highlighter on today. I love it. I just feel like it doesn't give that like stripe of highlighter. It gives like a beautiful glow, and that's what I want. I just want to glow. Listen, I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm not going to raves. I'm not, out there trying to look younger than I am. Well, no, never mind. Scratch that one. I am trying to look younger than I am. I'm not trying to act younger than I am. No, I'm doing that too. Whatever. I don't think I'm 14 years old. I don't want to look like I'm 14 years old. So having a really beautiful highlighter like this that's really going to, give a nice little pop to my face matters. And I love this one. And if you've been paying attention, it's hard to not notice that I love mascara. So this year I have a tie for two. Yep, you guessed it. Maybelline The Falsies. I wear this all the time. And literally every time I put it on, I'm like, whoa, I can't believe how good this mascara is. This is so great. I'm going to keep on buying it along with the other ones that I keep on buying. My L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And of course my Dior Show Iconic Overcurl, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to keep buying this because it's going in the collection. I love this so much. But then I found from Essence Lash Princess. This is the false lash effect. Whew, that's what I have on today. And every time I use this, I'm always like, yeah, that's kind of a false lash effect. I really like this, especially because I think this again was around $4. How can you not go wrong with a mascara that's $4, that looks like this, that doesn't transfer, that doesn't flake, that doesn't wear off, it doesn't really make my eyes droop? I will say the Maybelline The Falsies does keep my lashes up better than this one, but listen, for $4, I'm not going to be mad at her at all. It doesn't make them, end up stick straight by the end of the night, but this one keeps them up like nice little tin soldiers. So for me, there's two mascara faves this year. As you may have guessed, I have a pretty severe lip addiction. I have lipsticks, lip glosses, lip crayons, lip pencils, and then there's all of the ones that I need, to nourish and keep my lips in good shape. So I have lip butters, lip balms, lip ointments. I have all of them. But this year, because Thank you, pandemic. I wasn't buying lipsticks because where was I going? But I was buying lots of ointments, butters, that sort of thing. But for me, when I found this at Target, I was thrilled. This is from e.l.f. It is their Ride or Die lip balm. I have it in the shade Bossberry. I love a lip balm, but even better, if it's tinted, that's the best, because it's nice to be able to kind of brighten up your lips, you know, if you're going to be running out and about, but you don't want to have lipstick on or lip gloss. If you just want to nourish but still look cute, I'm all about this sort of thing, and this is such a great product. The ingredients are great. The color is so good. The thickness, I love how thick it is. Let's see if I can get some of it out here for you. It has a nice thickness to it, and so it sticks nicely on the lips, but it's not sticky or greasy. It's just the perfect lip balm. And being that it comes from e.l.f., the price is great, and you can get it most anywhere. Well, if you made it this far, I thank you very much for tolerating my disco eyeballs and my 80s hair. Sometimes I just can't help myself. And today, well, I couldn't help myself and be bothered to do my hair. However, somehow I was able to help myself and just not stop doing my eyes. I mean, seriously, just get it together. You deserve better than this. I'm sorry. I couldn't even be bothered to put on pants. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. I upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 12:15. Thank you so much for being with me. Mwah.